Let's take you back there.
You must discuss PAC foreign policy, all of them, education and everything else, so that umuntu othethe by ayazi kumele PAC uthethe into efanayo nomuntu othethe ePolokwane. That's what this conference must do going forward to the annual conference in Durban. And comrades, the last time this party had an annual conference was 23 years ago. The problem is You've done the best thing. The conference is an opportunity to make us account. Then you must account, why did you attend the FF rally? I will take decisions and report in the conference. I don't account on Facebook. I don't account on WhatsApp. Now, common sense. We don't need your common sense. We want to know the wisdom of the PAC document. Your wisdom doesn't matter here. No clever Solomon was a pipeline. We don't want your wisdom. Iti ni branch yako izako umuti I branch ya metsakane iti manbuze uba ubuyothini kula meeting ye BRICS. Then I will explain. Not wena usukunfile message ethi sukuya pha kugcwele ANC uthi uhlala neANC endlini uchate nayo uthandana nayo uzalana nayo. Mayiphele leyo nzomi leyo. Let's go and discuss issues. Let's go and discuss policies. Let's come out of that conference strong and know very well by the country's Sapina, because 2024 we are going to have a strong representation in Parliament. Come 2024, we are going to have a strong voice. Babethe sifedala kodwa bonke abantu abathi sifile inkonzo yabo we attended their funerals. On behalf of the PAC, we attended their funerals. The PAC ababethe ife kudala exile. The PAC saya kwi-funerals zabo ifike ithi umhlaba emhlabeni, dust to dust. Ayifi iPAC kuphela bona. PAC will never die. But this time, we are going to have a strong showing. Nothing will take away our focus on the project to make the PAC a strong and a viable political entity in the national discourse. Comrades, yesterday we attended a scam. There's a scam in Cape Town. I was with the national organizer, the DSG, and others. We were 14. But it's a coalition dialogue. What nonsense is that? That was not a coalition dialogue. That is a strategy to try and save a dying ANC. We cannot form part of that nonsense. All these years, 29 years, ANC has always been happy to govern alone. Why now Kabebon was of less than 50%, but you know we must discuss coalitions? That's nonsense. They must go. Abantu abasayifuni ANC. There must be no negotiations about that. Now they want to change the constitution or act against the constitution. They are saying, no, we must discuss it. If you get 40%, you must be able to form a government. 50 plus 1, you can form a government. If you are less than 50, you are not a government. Why must we do that? Thabo Mbeki was out of order when he said, ANC, there will be crisis. In fact, that's an insult to us. It is an insult to people who are not ANC members. Kutheni kuzaba a crisis when the ANC loses? Why must we sit onkabi bayakhumsha phezolo ndimke phakathi nangoku? Bayakhumsha pha onkabi kuthiwa le nto isikhumbuza iCODESA as if CODESA brought something to us. ICODESA brought nothing but shame to us. In fact, this 29 years of betrayal, it was caused by the ANC and their CODESA. Now we must go and discuss for 2 days how to save the ANC. Even that framework of coalitions is the framework of DA. These days we don't know the difference between ANC and DA. They are not only related, they are one. Anyway, these guys, no wonder Mandela got out of prison and visited Fairfoot's grave, not Sobukwe's grave. Okwepa prison umise Fairfoot. How do you miss Fairfoot? Now they have a framework now. This framework, their coalitions, we are born by DA's framework, and you must all go there. The same DA that is paying billboards, smaller organizations are a waste of time. Now they want to meet with us and talk about moon shoot or shoot moon, whatever nonsense is that. The government of the left must be formed next year, and the thieves must go to jail. They went to Denmark, but the parliament went to Denmark for Easter coalitions, because they benchmark their freedom and their democracy. West, could tell me how benchmark Iran. Why Denmark? You see, because those ones are handling them. Now, when they take parties to Denmark, they take along Action SA. But Batati parties who are represented in parliament, they did not take PAC. Kodwa Batati Action SA engekho separlament. Why? Because white people, Western countries have deployed already bayazazi babafuna bani eparlament kulo nyaka zayo. Does that mean we don't count elections here? Does that mean IEC doesn't count elections? Does this mean IEC doesn't count our votes? Does this mean Western countries simply deploy in parliament that we want one from PAC who don't have to count? Why are they taking Action SA engeko parliament and yet batati parties as a parliament? They must do it. They must not count our votes. Sizawubuyela ehlathini. We're going to the Chimurenga too. After struggling so much, we can't just be undermined like that. After dying so much, after being hanged and went to exile, we can't just be undermined like that. If it needs be, we'll go back to the bush. We were the first ones to go underground, and we were the last ones to rise above the ground. Nothing will prevent PAC from making its mark at the polls in 2024. We have overcome the courts, we have defeated the enemy, we have cleaned up the liberation movement of Sobukwe in the eyes and ears of the African people. Our actions in unity have hammered factionalism ruthlessly. There is no excuse now. Go and work and get votes for the PAC. The PAC in Gauteng must not believe that it is in a populous province. Therefore, support at the polls comes easy. No, it won't. The PAC Gauteng leadership must work day and night, 24/7, doing house-to-house canvassing of votes. Everyone with a legitimate ID copy, a legitimate address with an ERF number must be persuaded to vote for the PAC. We must not dream like the men of Gauteng in the story without taking any action ourselves. Let us all go to eThekwini to firm up our deep resolve to bring Sobukwe, AP Mda, Anton Limbede, Zephania Mutupeng, Fanaseka Gobose, Peter Raburoko, Steve Biko, Mapetla Muhapi, Sabelo Palmer, and many others of our patriotic heroes back to the national conversation. Thank you very much. I declare this conference officially opened.
Africa, me happy, oh, Israel.
All right, we come out of that there. That was the PAC President Mzwanele Nyhontso on the podium there at the party's conference there, the east of Johannesburg. Now, basically just also laying the groundwork on the party's plans ahead of the 2024 elections. And he spoke about the coalition dialogue that's currently underway in the Western Cape right now. He says that's not a dialogue, but what he calls a strategy to save a dying ANC. Also touching on the Democratic Alliance Moonshot Pact, saying the PAC is simply not keen on being part of it. He also says the real work for the party starts now ahead of the elections, and the party should seek to get all those votes starting on the ground.